Hello, Arachne7, and welcome back to Combat Mission Black Sea, where we are, well, we're going to finish off the Let's Roll scenario this time. We have secured our two main objectives, I should say, of Musket and Tomahawk, and we just have Objective Cannon left. For a number of touch objectives, 131, 133, and 129, which to be honest, I'm probably just going to ignore. They're not worth too much in the grand scheme of things. And I'm pretty confident we can get the victory without them, but I would like to try and secure the main objective of Cannon. But as I said in the last one, force survival is paramount, so I don't want to risk any of my third company here. Platoon, I've been doing that all series. Third platoon here in seeking the objective Cannon. We've got 25 minutes left on the clock, plus potentially some additional time. My plan is relatively simple. I'm going to utilise the air and artillery assets to keep picking off vehicles, etc. that we can find. I'm also going to destroy all the buildings within the objective Cannon itself to make sure there are no Russians hiding in there. I'm going to take my third platoon here, and we're going to kind of move through these trees to get probably first a scouting position in this two-story, and then take up a position in this two-story, kind of overlooking the objective. We'll probably kind of keep them both, making sure there are no kind of Russians looking in the nearby buildings. And then as we get close towards the edge of time, we're going to send in a final unit just to secure the objective. We do have to watch out for this complex up here. We have destroyed a vehicle and seen some Russians, so we can expect maybe a little bit of force to come from there, and we might just redirect some of our own air and artillery assets onto that at some point. In terms of our assets, we've got artillery strike going in on these buildings. We're going to try and flatten this long one here. And we have also spotted some BTRs, which I would like to pick off. I believe we've got a couple of precision rounds left. One. I can't check with you, but I can check with you. One round of a precision ammunition left, but we do have quite a lot left on the helicopters, which currently, that's the wrong one again. We're currently trying to find ourselves a tank, which you know to be over here, which we hit with the javelin, but unfortunately didn't damage it. So we'll keep an eye out there. Maybe we'll get another shot. Feeling that hopefully we'll get some orbs in, but I'm also tempted maybe just to pull these over and help with the general thrust over in this direction. We shall see. I'll give them maybe a couple of minutes just to see if they can't make that contact. And that's where we are. So I'm probably actually going to start off here with a fairly healthy cut, because I'm not planning on really moving these troops too far. I'm going to probably reposition our machine gun team to this forward roof section here, and I'd put up a spotter in this forward roof section over here. And that's about it. We know there is some Russians in this building, so we do have to be careful. We might aim to get ourselves a bit of a firefight, but that's okay. And aside from that, yeah, we're just going to hold fire and let some of our strike missions come in. So maybe I'll just I'll put a cut in here, and we'll come back in a couple of minutes, and I'll update you on where things are. Okay, we're a couple of minutes on. I'll just let this kind of play in the background. Just as evidence of a kind of sporadic resistance we're meeting as we're kind of pushing forward. There's a lone HQ unit in this building, but we're already encountering a good chunk of an infantry squad over here. You can see we've spotted at least two of them, and likewise in this building, that's just gone unspotted. There's a couple of infantrymen as well. Obviously do have single-use anti-tank weapons. I do have a reasonable amount of kind of covering fire, so whenever we do spot Russian, we're doing a good job of suppressing them. We do get occasional shots away. And we'll see in a minute. It's pretty fortunate that we're hidden, but utilising a kind of hillock, ditch, hedge, whatever you call it, to kind of protect the vehicle there. And we do suppress them in short order, but eminently possible that we could take a casualty. Hasn't happened yet, but this will show that there's a risk even with this supposedly cautious approach. Indeed, there's some Ruskies taking a bit of a beating. Just one dead, 3 suppressed. So that'd be a nice kind of half squad there to take out. And I guess maybe we're ones who are in charge of defending this end of their defensive line, which of course ran kind of along this way along the map, which we're trying not to engage too much on, which trying to skirt around here. You can see my 155s are now hammering down, although they look slightly off target. They were supposed to be walking up and down this building, and looks like more they're just hitting the road, which is fine, I suppose. I don't have to flatten all the buildings as long as I make them uncomfortable enough. There's Russians there. I suppose that's mission accomplished. I have ordered a precision strike on this BTR at the back, and oh, he makes odd noises. We've just spotted that tank we hadn't done before, which is excellent. It's excellent over there. Over here, just worth mentioning because you can see what's going on. Obviously, our machine gun team can still spot the guys in the wood, but he has almost, as we say, almost run out of ammo. But he's now using ammo from the truck. Okay, perfect. Had almost been run out of ammo, but is now sharing because he's close enough. I also brought up our striker just to do area fire. He can't actually make the spot, but I mean that's got to be an unpleasant place to be for an infantryman. Oof. There's a couple of them in and around here. I don't know if we're going to see back some. There it is. Poor as hell. We're even getting the guys in the back bank just with our kind of fire through it. Okay. They're absolutely not a threat. This is just, I suppose, more for my own amusement. We also spotted one. We had spotted one gentleman over here, which our troops in this building were engaging. I had just redirected Stryker to take care of him, and it appears that is exactly happened. A large volley of automatic grenade fire does have a pretty unpleasant effect on the person. As much as I didn't like the grenade launchers because they're often inactive fire, they are very useful for suppressing and taking out people in buildings. Oh, he's still alive. Oh, no, he's not. I think he died there. This is a kind of detail I normally do off camera. No, he's alive. He is alive. I'll have to keep an eye out for him. But anyway, more importantly, let's jump into command phase because we have ourselves the final, he says, with no level of confidence, tank. Let's go for our JTAC team. And I'm more excited because obviously once we, words I'm looking for, take care of him, then we can re-task these people to, words fail me, to come over and help them support this out. Right, I'm going to use them both, which is probably excessive, but I want to make sure this is a kill because I don't want to waste, okay, but I don't want to waste it either. Firm. Let's just knock that bad boy out, and then we'll retask you over there. Because I don't think there's any other heavy vehicles, so some of their other armaments will be perfectly acceptable. Great. Okay, so that's where we are. I'm gonna keep pushing on. If there's anything, if we do encounter kind of stiff resistance, or we take some heavier losses, I'll let you know. But otherwise, it's just going to be let's use a lot of fire in these buildings to clear them out, and then we'll slowly inch towards our objective. Cool. Alright, well, I'll catch you in a few. Okay, we read on just as our final Excalibur shells are about to complete their mission. And that looked like a hit. Knocked out. Beautiful. And there they go. Excellent. They need to make cannon an unpleasant place to be, so we just get this one left that we know about. We'll retask our air assets onto that once they've taken out the tank. Or we could do a localized strike with some 155s just to try and knock it out without precision guided, which is possible, especially with barrels going for it. Down here, we've still got some infantry left in this building, but we've silenced the other two. I don't know if we're quite cleared it out, so I'm just using area fire just to confirm it as we scooch some infantrymen forward. But it's been quite a nice little example of utilising infantry in supported by the Stryker vehicles to pretty reasonable effect. Now, we're not against particularly strong opposition, but it has been nice to be able to clear this out without having, touch wood, taken any casualties. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. So we should be on, I think, a couple of minutes to let aircraft come in. Well, actually, while you guys here, let's make a decision what we're going to do. We have many more assets to use. Let's keep using them. So you're firing. You have one shell left. Well, you've got 42. I don't really want to use 3-inch mortars on you. 4-inch, I suppose that is. 120 mil. Let's stay metric. But we could, I mean, you've only got one round. You won't be able to do what do you call it, spot mission. No, that's just ridiculous. You're firing. So you do have 42 high explosive. More rounds. I'm going to use against this target here. Which means we need you to scooch over your drone. We're going to adjust the mission. And we'll come back for you with our... for a little bit more. Perfect. We are going to hammer that building when we get sight on it. Then our air assets, when they come in, they should be a few minutes away. Yep, once we've done that, we'll retask you and you can start. Because we know this is their main defensive line, so we'll hit kind of these buildings somewhat indiscriminately. We'll just try and make them have a bad day. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, we're only 10 minutes. Why don't we stay for a live one? Is there anything else we're going to do here? Have our engineers in this building. I would like to cross the road with them. I accept is a bit of a risky endeavour, just to confirm we've cleared out infantry in that building there. And we will bring forward this striker just in a bit more of a forward supporting position. A bit risky. We have borrowed these assets not from 3rd platoon, and I've kept their infantry back here. Their first job is going to be going to secure that building when I'm comfortable. I'm not going to be walking them into a trap. You are aerifying the building. You guys are still slowly working your way through this squad, who are just generally lying on the ground dying. Every time I check back, is another one dead, so that's good. And the tank is sitting there waiting its fate. Beautiful. Alright, we'll catch a minute. And my decision to move him into a forward position as his machine gun team was really useful. As soon as they had initially reared their head, these guys were kind of on point to suppress them. Which went a long way in getting their heads down so we could then take them out. Again, don't know if there's anyone left in the building, that's just area firing. Hopeful having these guys here, that should be able to confirm. And if there's anyone left, hopefully they don't have too much of an appetite for a fight either. But this is a kind of slow, clear out work that I want to utilise just to get close enough to cannon. Nab it at the end. Good. Okay. Need some helicopters inbound. So, I suspect they're going to attack next minute, but I'll come back for a timed view of that, even if it doesn't mean I'm watching it live. So, yep, we'll leave it there. We'll come back when our choppers make their attack run, and I'll bring back for that. Okay, so the helicopter's still on their attack run, taking a little bit longer than I had expected. We've cleared out all these buildings without incident. We confirmed, well, we confirmed there's no one in this building by virtue of the fact that no one shot at us when we scouted it out. And so I was moving my infantry squad up into this building. And it was quite a nice little sheltered entrance, actually. There was a little bit of sights onto the top story of that building, but otherwise a lot of the buildings nearby have no line of sight on there. And down the street, again, there's a nice kind of edge of the road here. It's raised, so that kind of protects us. So it was a good little, I thought, dash forward, and we'll get into this building. So it was quite nice. In we get, and right by the door, pop out, and in we get. And then this happens. So it looks like, and we'll come back here for the rest of it, infantry in this woods somewhere. Now, so far I've got one casualty, but I have a bad feeling we're about to see, yeah, many, many more. And if they've got kind of AT weapons, I'm assuming they're kind of over there. I think was where the firing came from. Maybe what I want to do is get you to reverse. So. And that way you can kind of maybe block some of the shots. Maybe-ish. We'll see. We'll come back live. That's deeply upsetting. No incidents anywhere else. We're slowly kind of pushing forward. I was I was very happy with the way things were going. You gentlemen have cleared out those. I saw the last of him die, so when you kind of keep scooching forward a wee bit. Yeah, let's see how painful this is. I've got nothing else going on right now. I have ordered the mortars to come and strike this building, 120 mils, and our helicopters still haven't attacked, which I think I mentioned at the start. But let's see what the butcher's bill is. Come on, lads. Oh, silence. Silence is good. Oops. I completely read that wrong. One guy lying here. Ah. Oh. Oh. Can you sense my frustration? Okay, it's two guys. That's even a worse position for you to be in. At least the guys in the house should hopefully take care of them now. But that's two casualties. This guy's going to annihilate a road an action square for no reason. And then they go 2 for 2, but that's not a trade I really want to make. Where are you going? Okay. Put that there. Okay. Well, that was resolved. Yeah, I'm a bit upset about that. Two dead Americans that we didn't really need or want to lose, or can afford to lose, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Where are you on this attack run? Because you guys are taking forever. Can't locate. Come on. He's not even under the trees. Don't you dare do that to me. Okay, you guys are gonna go back to continue scout. Right, so you have I don't know where you've gone or why you've done it. Please stop doing what you're doing. And let's get you back into a not exposed position. Just reverse yourself behind this building where we are. Happy there's no one there. I will also bring this machine gun up to the building position because that's where I would like it to be located. Round the door. We'll get you guys upstairs. Why I'm doing this on camera, I don't really know. It's the kind of thing I like to do off camera. Up top. Very much. You gentlemen out there scouting out, that's fine. I will. I just want to give me a scout team. We'll clear you dead. Probably not the top priority. Probably should use someone else for that. So do you know what I will? I need you guys in there in case you get into a firefight. I can use. I like the engineers or the. Perfect. Okay, I will go do that. If and when our helicopters find anything, I'll let you know. If I have any more disasters, I'll let you know. Otherwise, we should be almost there. And I think we've got one more step to take. I'd like to get some people upstairs in this building, which we'll do after we annihilate that one, just to finish our view over objective cannon. And we're just going to essentially sneak someone in there towards the end of the mission. Cool. Alright, I'll catch you in a few. Just had the call sign that the helicopters are engaging, apparently from the east. I don't know how accurate that is, or if it's just random chatter sounds. But anyway, they should be making an attack run. I didn't even need 2 helicopters. Perfect. Okay. Took them a little bit longer. Just gonna really slim down the amount of time we've got to call in missions on other targets. Russians are trying to call a fire mission in on myself. Oh, and there's a spot there. I was worried about a lower penetration, but that's on a knocked out Russian vehicle. It's not a problem. Yeah, other than that, no other incident in the next couple of minutes to where hitting this place in the mortars. Well, that's obviously also smoked up. I'm going to try and use this opportunity to get ourselves in this forward building, which should give us the last firebase we really need in order to make the leap into cannon towards the end. So I'm just pushing forward just with my engineers, and then I want to follow up with this squad here. Be their job. Excellent. Right, so before we do anything else, let's retask our air assets. We go hunting for that final BTR. Odds just in here. And we're probably going to hit this building here as well. Cool, whenever it gets on target. Alright, well, I'll let these guys get into position, and then it might just be once we've kind of got our final positions, bring back talk about it, because otherwise it's going to be kind of steady as we are until we make the final push. I wanted to bring this one back just to, I suppose, vindicate a couple of approaches that which hadn't really talked about. So, but just at the start of the last minute, you may have seen a grey icon over there, which I didn't mention at the time. But because of it, I decided to get my engineers to, rather than come around this way and use the front door, blast a hole in the side. Just to protect themselves. In the end, it ended up not being a threat for them because it did actually resolve itself to be a Russian ATGM position overlooking, I suppose, a bit of a road here and, well, not much else to be perfectly honest. A questionable use position that they've taken, but fair enough. But one thing I'm quite happy about is that it was actually spotted by our scouting element we put up in this building. So again, glad I made that decision to put them up there. I really should deploy their machine gun. And then once our squad actually gets forward in this building, they're just going to get wiped out. But that's, I'm pretty pleased by the way that's kind of come about. Could have been pretty unhappy if I'd just fallen across that tripwire. But yeah, while I'm here, why don't you gentlemen deploy your weapon. And I'll hold the engineers there, I'll let the infantry deal with it, but let's move you gentlemen out to this direction. Are you doing medicae stuff, please? You are, good man. Okay, perfect. I am a little leery that it's certainly not, wouldn't put it against the Russians from utilising their ATGM just to launch a missile on the top of this building, which could be pretty uncomfortable, but hopefully it won't come to that. My engineer, or my squad here can get out and get in quickly enough before they regain their composure, or my scouts find them. Maybe be foolish to order him to deploy until I had these guys in position. Russian artillery falling in over here. Come on. Alright, we'll let them do the thing, because I'm not sure they're going to make it at the end of the minute. And otherwise, all is fairly peaceful at the minute. We're just waiting for our chopper to come in. And yeah, everything's hunky-dory. We'll just, I don't have anything to do bar. Let's roll straight into another minute. Let's see if we can see a resolution of this ATGM position. Now, I didn't tell you explicitly to use this side, but I'm hoping you will. Well, wide path. I'd rather you'd hugged this terrain feature a little bit better, but you know, who am I to tell you how to do your job? So let's collect the thoughts and then push in next door. Then I'll probably send the engineers up here first as a bit of a scouting element, and we can also bring in some of our strikers to help if we do confirm there's infantry up here. You guys make the gem spot, and please suppress them before he decides to launch one at this building. Keep firing, lads. There's lots of you, many windows. There we go. And that should be pretty short work, hopefully. Okie dokie, and yeah, this is kind of position we're going to hold. I'm probably going to take, I think I'm going to take my fire support team now that they've finished, and it's going to be ultimately, I think it's going to be their job to get into the objective here. Here's the door we need. We should have most of the firing arcs covered as long as we can eradicate that building, and I think probably in addition I'm going to utilize whatever smoke I've got left. Let's have a quick look at that. Who's got some smoke? You got lots of charges left. Never mind, just smoke. I could smash that building again. But if we wanted to drop a whole lot of smoke, say, well, here really. How long will that take? 3 minutes. Tell me 11 o'clock, 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with that. In fact, I might actually push a whole squad in. I'm going to do that. Okay, never mind. We're going to do it more. We're going to grab this squad who I'd sent a Stryker back. We're going to smoke up. So I'll probably run a couple of minutes, get them a bit further forward. We shall smoke up, and then we're going to push a squad into this building. And that's going to be our position in cannon that we're going to hold until the end. Excellent. Let's move you guys up to... Just go level 2 for just now, please. Cool. Oh well, I shall bring you back when we're ready to do that. Alright, so we're still waiting for the smoke to fall. You can see the first couple of rounds are in, but it's not quite in the right place. We have started to encounter some of the Russian defences in and behind the objective, the cannon objective. There's some infantry in this building, and there's here. I think this one has a recoilless rifle, and I think this one has an RPG, if I remember correctly. And indeed, unfortunately, our fire support team took an RPG up on this roof position. Our third casualty in this squad's push, or platoon's push toward to save the objective. So nothing too much to worry about. Our kind of fire positions back here are starting to engage them and should suppress them without them causing any more problems, but disappointing nonetheless to take that loss. Meanwhile, we have had another spot thanks to this scouting position on the roof of the BTR. So this infantry squad, who was obviously waiting for the smoke to fall, quickly got them out, blasted a hole. I've split up an anti-tank team who are going to pop into this building, hopefully take out that vehicle, and the rest are going to get back in their Stryker and wait for the smoke to be in position. That's a kind of story of the round as it is. Let's catch you up with live and see there's a few positions popped around. You guys are in a good position to kind of engage with these backhouses. I don't like the fact that these squads out on a balcony. I have told them to move, but they're not really listening to me. Be good to help clear these guys out a little bit, at least before we get in this building. Oh, that was that smoke made. Perfect. Anti-tank team are in. Going to suppressive fire. Yeah, okay. Just checking it's going the right way. You guys have a machine gun as well? No, you just have... yeah, you've got a machine gun as well. Okay, so we might need to put a little bit more efforts into that target. But that's okay. Let's engage. Not quite. Oh, yeah. Is that a javelin away? It is indeed. Okay. She goes. Perfect. The boom. Love it. I'll get you to rejoin your team squad for engaging in or sneaking into this position. Other thing we want to do, let's hit done, that's fine, is we're going to grab, let's go into command phase. A couple things we want to do. First of all, to give other missions. Not to anyone who has ammo, because I was going to see if we could drop some rounds on that, but that's we'll have out. Our JTAC team. So we've got one helicopter who is doing a fire mission just on this building. So that might be infantry in it. Helicopter tasked to go into that vehicle, but do I want to wait for you to get in this vehicle before we go? Potentially, it's going to cost me a whole other minute. I'm afraid, so let's get you pushed into here, and then we'll get these gentlemen. Objective done. And then we just have to make sure we're continuing to suppress all known positions. You guys have that target. As you can see it through the smoke, but I'm okay with that. At some point I would like to bring the Strykers and things to bear. Let's be cautious that there was a recoilless rifle in this building, so I have the machine gun this is the rifle, and we don't want to lose the vehicle after all this good efforts of ours. So you should be protected by a smoke there, and we'll just duck you out. Perfect. 4 minutes to go. Things looking essentially like they need to be. I don't think we'll have time for striking that BTR. It depends on the additional time given to us. Oh, just pinned. That was one of the recoilless rifle shots, I believe. Ah, it could be an RPG. That shows the danger. I will go back and double check exactly where we came from. We are in. Be careful we don't get mullered by our own smoke. Oh, that was a close one. And I think these guys should have target, pick a building each, get them suppressed. I don't really care about the guys in the back. Bring up again. We'll probably bring in grenades as well. Okay. Just jump into command phase. I forgot to check which building that was, but that's fine. So yeah, it's fine. You're going to target building. Team, I'm going to get to target the other building. With the 50 cal, which is okay. I'll pull you back because I can pop you out to like here. Got the top part of that building. Like to get another vehicle involved. Careful, I don't want to get too exposed. Probably something a bit further back. We've got to watch what we're exposing ourselves to on the right flank as well. We might just make do with the one. And I would like you, gentlemen, to rejoin your comrades in the building. Please get inside. Right, I'm going to get you come over here because then you can help us suppress those with shots from multiple angles. Here, and then quickly move the light over. Good. And you can come out. That looks pretty hunky-dory. The last real threat, so as long as we keep these guys suppressed, no problem. Once we kind of get these guys a little bit, we can move on to our heavier armaments against that machine gun position. That could definitely cause a couple of casualties. Oh, that was quite a nice grenade. Good accuracy here from my squadrons. Not enough to cause damage, but still. Oh, that was a good one. I'm impressed by their grenading accuracy. You firing? Pretty sure if he's going to Beautiful. Okay, there's 2 minutes left to go. So what I'm going to do is probably cut in here and just come back at the mission end. If anything particularly of note happens, I'll let you know, but otherwise it should just be a cruise till victory. Okay, so we have gone deep into added time. It has let me do 2 things. One is use the 155 against the house there. The second was call in a helicopter strike against this BTR and apparently miss. That's unfortunate. But yes, we'd suppressed these positions already, but I had the spare rounds. I thought I'd use them. We didn't take any more casualties as a main team, although the second member of our fire support team went down actually. I didn't even see him go down. My Chargrin. Let's see if I don't know if I doubt we'll get time for it, but why not? What can else? Oh, going around. Oh, okay, you might go. I can't believe how long this is running actually. Could always hit the ceasefire button, but I do like to try and play it to time. We'll see if he comes in. Tell you what, I'll bring you back. Let's sit and watch this. Okay, so it was about 20 seconds forward. So we should get the second strike. Take them to charge. Perfect. Again, no real need to do that. Didn't give us any strategic advantage, but oh, it's always nice to destroy hardware. I suppose it gives us a few more points in the end. Oh, actually flattened both those buildings. Perfect. definitely not a problem anymore. Okay, now I'll just keep running till the end time. And there we have it. After 11 minutes of added time, we end up with a minor victory. Which I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised, but I thought we were gonna get a major victory having taken the 3 points, and it caused quite a lot of casualties. Now, obviously, we did not get the friendly casualties by a long shot. Enemy casualties got points for. They got 500 for enemy casualties. That's important to keep yourself alive. What did they get points for? South Bridge, North Bridge. Okay, we'll have a look at that. I didn't even know. Obviously, that's objectives that I wasn't aware of. And also, we didn't get the 150 for the touch points. So even if we'd gone through and taken the other 3 touch points, we would have been up 2,200. I don't know what the margin is to get a major victory, but I'll take it this morning. So how do we stack up? Well, we lost 70 men. That's quite a lot. That's, yeah, just, I don't know, 40% of our overall force. Not ideal. And 8 vehicles, so obviously with 3 MGS and then 5 Strykers, which is fine in terms of a scenario on its own. You know, we'll go over the Soviet losses in a minute, which is, and it's going to be pretty positively comparable. But I'm a little nervous about how many of these we'll get back through the campaign. On the Russian side, so they still 145 men. Well, interesting to see where they are. But they lost 210. So we have a kill ratio of 3-1. It's not bad. In addition, 10 tanks and then 17 armored vehicles. That's a pretty healthy rate of return. You also kind of 27 to 8, so 3.5 or something like that, and a few other armored vehicles as well. But that's yeah, I'm pretty pleased with those rates of return. So where did they have all the troops left? Well, they had obviously this main line of defences, which we did know about. So a few casualties in here. There was quite a lot of infantry left there, which is, you know, fair enough, and we made a choice not to go through that. We had some vehicles tucked away at the edge. Random peoples out of the team. And they seemed to have some reinforcers up here in the woods. And again, a few reinforcers over here, not guarding anything of particular note. Wait, I don't know if I can see their objectives. Presumably this bridge and that bridge have been asked to guard, which is, I mean, we're so close to annihilating the troops here, but okay, I got full squad there. And after all that effort, these 2 guys still managed to survive. Okay, things I'm interested in seeing, not really there. I wanted to look at, well, actually, this sniper team. 1 BTR, 2 enemy casualties. I thought they'd done a little bit more, but that's fine. This might have some reasonable numbers. 8. Well, this squad did well. 13 casualties and a BTR. This fire support team, they got a UAS BTR and 2 Tigers. They were controlling some of the artillery early on. This was our later use of artillery. He was using the precision strike side. They got 5 tanks, 3 BTRs, 1 UAS, and 24 casualties. That's a pretty decent rate of return. And then how did our JTAC team get on? 1 T-72, 2 BTRs, 11 casualties. Again, pretty respectable. A tank, a BTR, and a bunch of units for these guys. More BTRs, more casualties. Yeah, I mean, our Strykers and things did okay, but definitely the bulk of the forces of the casualties seem to be inflicted by the people. Oh, you even got a BTR as well. Everyone's rocking the javelins. Yeah, our vehicle's coming in the best one there, maybe about 9 casualties or so. Shows you, because you almost have a fear in terms of using them. But that was good. I'm pretty happy with how that ended up. I think we made it was a good decision to push for cannon. We lost 4 additional men in the grand scheme of things. But I think that was the right decision. And it felt, you know, in terms of our major objectives, presumably this then made that defensive line untenable and the Russians would have evacuated. But we're pretty happy. Again, slightly nervous perhaps about how the rest of the campaign's going to go. I did think we were getting 50% refit, so on that note, we should be okay, maybe. We'll see what we look like at the start of the next scenario. But yeah, either way, I hope you've enjoyed this one. You know, if you have any thoughts, comments, please let me know. If you think you should have pushed harder for those touch points or any other ideas, then yeah, give us a shout. Otherwise, yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheerio for now.